Good morning, Gravitrons. What the Actually, why do I say good morning when I'm always posting in the evening? Good evening, everyone. Today I'm gonna be driving an SL63 to test out, is it actually a useful car? It does so many things at the same time, but does that mean that it actually is kind of mediocre at all of them? I don't know the answer to that yet, so we're gonna test it out over at EAG. But before I head out there, my goal is to hit 900,000 subscribers by the end of August. In order to do that, we're gonna need to ramp up the pace. So if you're watching, you're enjoying Vehicle Virgins videos, but you're not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. I won't disappoint you. Let's go. Becca, is that you? Is that you? No, wait, no, it's not. I feel like I need a catchphrase. Everyone's like, keep smiling, keep moving forward, dab on them haters. So when gravity gets you down, suck it up in a black hole and fuck, that's just, what? So when gravity gets you down, suck it up into a black hole and just, nope, that is horrible. This is harder than it looks. How is it that I've passed this building a million times and never noticed it? Damn, that's a sick fountain. I'm trying out a new style today, combining a vlog with a car review. So I'm gonna go from vlogging, boom, cinematic. Vlogging, chilling, boom, cinematic. Let's see how it turns out. Only in Los Angeles does rush hour traffic start at, actually no, it doesn't start, it just never stops. It's 2 p.m., I'm going 20 miles an hour on an 8-lane freeway. Sick. All right, we're at EAG, let's pick up the keys. In classic change of plans fashion, we are now in a 7 Series to go pick up the roof of a Murcielago. Now, for those who aren't familiar with the roof of a Murcielago, it is the ugliest thing possible. So I'm not sure why the owner wants it. Maybe they're selling the car, but let's pick it up. We are in a rental 7 Series, which only means one thing. We have to race this S63 AMG and drift it. Sport mode, it also means sport mode and traction control off. Nice. It also means intelligent safety off. Can you turn the volume down, please? Oh my God. Now do the next song. The hand gestures actually work if you know where to do them. Last time I tested a 7 Series, I'm like, go down, and it didn't do anything, but I'm impressed. That is a Murcielago top. Hideous. Two-tone ghost, nice. All right, guys, so unfortunately they wouldn't let me take out the SL, so we're gonna have to do a Camry instead. I hope that's okay. Just kidding. Back at Amir's house to pick up the SL. Look at this driveway. GLS 63, S65, i8, the 7 Series. Got some other stuff here, and then in the garage, we got an orange Murcielago, an SL63, and probably some other things I don't know about. Task 1 is to determine the practicality of the SL63. Obviously, it's not an all-out sports car, so it does have to be comfortable, practical, be able to take things in it. So I put my camera gear that honestly doesn't fit in a lot of cars, but in the SL63, it totally fits. Also, carbon fiber trunk, that's badass. Tripod, slider, bags, no problem at all. Now, when you put the top down, you lower this to make sure that it fits. You get a little less trunk space, but it's so windy today, I don't think we're gonna be driving much with the top down. Finally got the SL. Let's do some intro shots so you can check it out.
Yeah, hold me down. I wanna see what you look like when I'm not around. I wanna see what you look like undergone. I wanna see what you look like.
I've always wondered with the SL63, you know, it promises to do so much, be a sports car, a luxury car, a comfortable convertible, look good, sound good, feel good, but does that mean that it's actually not good at any of them? Oftentimes when manufacturers try to do too many things at once, it ends up kind of a colossal failure. Now the SL line has had a lot of success, so there must be something special there. I just want to figure that out. Initial impressions. On roads that aren't perfectly smooth, even the suspension in the softest setting is a little bit too harsh to be a true GT car. When you put it into sport mode, especially when you turn on the more intense shock setting, it's got two-way adjustable shocks, It's absolutely brutal. Some horsepower figures for you. Now this is a 2013 model, although not a lot has changed since then. There was a recent refresh in 2017, but it is not an all-new car. Base model SL63 makes 530 horsepower and 590 pound-feet of torque. That is a lot of torque. But if you opt for the optional performance package, those numbers go up quite a bit. It's a $9,000 option, which ups the boost. You get red brake calipers so people can know that you spent the extra money. You get a suede steering wheel, which becomes very slippery after just a few weeks of use. So I'm not really sure why Mercedes Alcantara wears so poorly. You also get a locking limited slip differential. So the power figures of the performance package are 557 horsepower and 664 pound-feet of torque. That's an absolute boatload. Despite weighing over 4,000 pounds, the SL63 has a curb weight of 4,100 pounds. It's still actually really fast. 0 to 60 happens in just 3.6 seconds. A lot of that's thanks to the gobbles of torque that you get in the low end, and the somewhat quick 7-speed automatic gearbox. It's not my favorite gearbox in the world, I'll be honest. The gearbox that comes in the BMW M6 convertible, much quicker, better responding. Oftentimes, the SL63 gets confused of what you want. Even in manual mode, when you flick downshifts, there's sometimes a massive delay or it just doesn't decide to shift at all. And then on upshifts, the reaction time just seems too slow. BMW had set the benchmark for shift times in a luxury cruiser, and this certainly isn't up to par. That being said, despite weighing this much, it actually handles pretty well. There's very minimal body roll through turns. The steering is very responsive, although you get absolutely no feel. If you're looking for a car that's more towards the sports car feel, that has more feedback in the steering wheel, it's a little bit more exciting to drive on twisty roads, the BMW M6 is definitely the better bet. Then on the opposite end of the spectrum, there's the Bentley Continental GT, more of a cruiser, much worse in the canyons than either of these two cars. The Mercedes is somewhat right in the middle. Now let's talk practicality, because honestly, this car, if you're going to use it every day or on the weekends for long trips, long distances, it's important to be practical. I was very impressed with the size of the rear trunk. It was able to fit all of my camera gear, which can't be said about a lot of smaller cars, and it did so very well. So well that actually I'm pretty sure I could have fit all my gear back there and folded the top down. In terms of space in the interior, we've got a center console that opens up. It's very deep. You can actually stick a lot of stuff in there. We've got ample storage space in the doors. Then we have another compartment back here, and there is a little bit of room behind the seats if you do want to store stuff back there. The glove compartment, pretty much useless, but that's the case with most cars. In terms of comfort, this car has the Designo leather interior. The seats are wonderful. Adjustable via buttons that look like a seat on the door here, which is nice because a lot of cars, if you're wearing a wristwatch, if you put your hand down to adjust the seat, you're either going to scratch the leather on the door or you just simply can't fit your hand. These are very plush bolsters. The seat headrest is nice as well, but the coolest part about these seats, other than of course the fact that they're cooled seats, is this thing called an air scarf. A lot of times if you're cruising in a convertible and it's a little bit cold out, you're just gonna put the top back up, or you can blast the heat. But what is really innovative that Mercedes did, and a really awesome feature to be honest, is this thing called an air scarf. Click the button in the center console here, and it blows hot air on your neck out of the seat itself. How trick is that? Wow, that's really powerful actually. Oh my God, my neck is roasting. Turn it off, turn it off. Traffic's freed up a little bit, so let's give it a little more. 5.5 liter bi-turbo V8. Responsiveness is pretty good, although it's not nearly as linear feeling as the M6, but oh my God, that noise. But after 4,500 RPMs, when you're full on the gas, it sounds like you're in a tunnel full of V8 monsters. Just absurd. Whew. The torque is very apparent. This car thrusts you into your seat really hard. A lot of people complain that I fake what it's like, the acceleration, that I'm thrusting myself back into the seat. I promise you I don't do that. That just doesn't make any sense, because then when there's a truly fast car, what, am I gonna throw myself out the rear window? No, but this thing, it does really thrust you back in. Oh my God. Definitely quick enough to get you into trouble. Is it a weapon in the canyons? Absolutely not. The AMG GT is a much, much better car for that. The steering is a little bit too light for my liking, but for a GT car, I think it fits right. Let's talk options because some of them are insanely expensive. The speaker system, now this one's worth it. $6,400 for the Bang & Olufsen sound system. One of the best in the business, same with Burmester high-end audio, and you just like listening to crystal clear, very high quality bass through your speaker system in your car. This is about as close to a sound system that you can get in a home theater in a car. Options that you should not get. Carbon ceramic brakes. Look, carbon ceramic brakes are great for the track. It dissipates heat better, you can keep going without brake fade. It doesn't actually stop the car any faster, so it's not a safety thing. The odds that you're tracking an SL63, probably pretty slim. And if you are tracking your SL63, consider getting a different car. It's really not meant for that. $12,624 for the carbon ceramics. If you really want to spend the extra money, go take an awesome vacation in a 5-star resort with your wife or girlfriend, or buy a Rolex or something. Don't waste it on the carbon ceramics. We've cruised in the SL, we've gone on some back roads, we've talked about practicality, and so far it's done really well at all of the above. Practicality for a sports car like this, definitely thumbs up. Very nice at cruising, although the suspension is a little bit too harsh. In terms of driving enjoyment, if you're really pushing the car hard, unless you're Chris Harris and you're pushing it sideways all the time, there's other cars that are better and more enjoyable, like the M6 convertible. Well, I'll be quite honest, they don't make it that easy to find where you put the top down. It's hidden away under this leather patch in the center console. Flip that up, and you've got all the controls to put the top down. Top operation happens in about 20 seconds. We'll try that out. Now, I haven't driven with the top down before in a car with this new microphone setup, so we'll see how the wind noise is. I apologize in advance if it's terrible. It's relatively quiet in the cabin, although it's not one of the quietest convertibles I've ever been in. It does feel nice cruising on Mulholland Drive with the top down in a 557 horsepower two-seater. I gotta be honest, I wasn't a believer in the SLs before this, but I really like this thing. Oh, that sounds so good! Woo! Oh my God! How does it sound like that? It sounds like the world is ending. I don't, what the fuck? Oh my God, this thing is a riot. Oh. All right, let's switch to a point of view so you can see what it's like to drive this thing. Just got done shooting the SL63. I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with this thing. I had my reservations before driving one that it was gonna try to do too many things at once, but it actually does everything pretty damn well. And that's sound. Yes, it's not the naturally aspirated 6.2 that was in its predecessor, but the 5.5 is still absolutely incredible. Please forgive my earlier comment saying that it wasn't that quiet in here. I thought that the rear screen was up, but in fact it wasn't. Now that it's up, makes a huge difference, way less wind noise in the interior, in the cabin. You could easily have a conversation with your passenger, although I don't have a passenger other than some GoPros, at a normal talking level. Oh, that Wraith, oh my God. Oh, nope, it's a Ghost. Beautiful. I love those cars so much. Today we find out how many guys it takes to put the top on a 2006 Murcielago. So far it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, you turning it on? Oh, you don't have the key. That's a bummer. I want to hear that V12. There's some stat that only 5% of Murcielago owners have ever put on the roof of their car. And I don't blame them. It looks hideous. Here I am, not helping at all. Well, Amir and his buddies somewhat successfully installed the roof on the Murcielago. Only issue is there's this piece of metal that they can't figure out what to do with it. So that's typical with building things. You always end up with spare parts. I feel like this is too big to not be completely useful and vital to the structure of the roof, but guess we'll find out. I figured it out in all of 3 seconds. It's definitely a cross beam that goes across the center of the roof so that there's not a, I don't know, a drum set or a tambourine. Got it?
Yeah, that's it.
Look at that Italian engineering up there. Excellent. Looks cool from this angle. From the front, it looks like a freaking toupee. What?
Warning, do not exceed 100 miles an hour.
No.
What the fuck does that mean?
Who would ever drive this less than 100 miles an hour? Piece of crap. That's actually ridiculous. A sticker like that on a Lamborghini? This thing goes over 200 miles an hour. There's a problem with this world, ladies and gentlemen. We now have, this is the second time I've seen this, organic mattresses, but not just mattresses, and baby. And then around the corner, there's gluten-free mattress and baby as well. This is messed up. Damn. These things sound so good. This is EAG's new Mercy. It's actually for sale, and I think they're gonna list it for a really good price, so you can check it out. It should be online soon. We're gonna go for a little ride in it though. The first Lamborghini I ever drove actually was a 2006 Murcielago Roadster. So this is an absolute throwback to that review. V12s are greater than anything. Orange seats. Look how dope that dash is. Oh, you're in first. Pull both the paddles to put it in neutral. All right. Scissor doors that I don't have in the Huracan. Let's do this. This car has a front lift, which is definitely a mandatory thing on supercars that of course I didn't have on my Gallardo. This thing is absurd. Yeah, it really takes till the upper RPMs to start actually getting power. Time to take this thing for a little drive. And remember, with the first Lamborghini I've ever driven, it was all about. All right, it's my turn, Amir. Get out of there. This caught me off guard. So the seatbelt's normally on this side, and the Mercy, it's over here in the middle. Single clutch transmission is definitely a little bit slow.
Forgot to downshift.
I'll downshift it. Hear a lot of mechanical noises. This car honestly is all about the show. There's this guy up here with his dog and he's been staring at the car the whole way as it comes down. I don't know what he's thinking. Oh, he's not thinking much right then. Oh my God. The steering wheel's actually really small in this thing. Sounds good. Well, there you have it. A little drive in the Murcielago. It does not drive all that well. It's not all that fast, but it's a Lamborghini and it sounds and looks ridiculous. What is this? The most useless thing ever. Oh wow, that really blocked the sun. I missed this flip-up key on my Gallardo. It's fun to play with. Another fun day driving cars. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog, this kind of combo style of review and vlog. Found it a little more entertaining possibly. Like I said before, trying to hit 900,000 subscribers by the end of next month. So if you're watching, you like this video and aren't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. I look forward to seeing you next video.